Welcome! This is AnimeCons TV. We're your source for reports and discussions on AnimeCons and other fan conventions. I'm Sketch. Every month, AnimeCons TV dedicates an episode to responding to your questions and comments. Let's get started with this month with emails. Alright. Jake writes, "Greetings! I had recently listened to your end-of-the-year report on the largest anime cons, and it has me wondering if we are approaching a saturation point with conventions. My concern being that with Otakon moving to Washington, D.C., where there are already several well-established conventions in and around the local area, if this is going to bully them out, or even if they are several months apart. Also, I have heard that Crunchyroll is also entertaining the convention market as well, though I'm not as familiar with the area and its competition. Do you think this is a legitimate concern, or will they all adjust to the market? Thank you for your time, Jake." Let's start with the Crunchyroll thing. Is going to be in San Jose, California. Northern California has plenty of cons already, like AnimeCon, OAD, Crackin Con, SAC Anime, that's twice a year, and a lot of other small conventions, so it's already saturated. Now, as for Crunchyroll's involvement getting in conventions, it's marketing. They want to try it out. Let them be fine. Now, as for, Otakon moving to Washington, D.C. and maybe pushing out people, you can't really say. Otakon has been one of the top 10 conventions since forever. But it honestly, if a con is good, big or small, they'll retain their people coming back, and they will keep coming back. If a con fails, something happened, and that's just the way of the free market of conventions go, I guess. I really don't know. Other than that, just I don't think it really will push anything out. It's just in a different location. I'm sure people are just going to be sad because they've come so accustomed to being in Baltimore. And it's just a change, and who knows, they might go back. Time will tell. Alright, James writes, "Dear AnimeCons TV, hello, as another month goes by, I know that Otakon is still months away, but I still can't wait for it regardless. Wanting to go to cons. I hope to see you guys there. In the meantime, I wanted to ask Patrick about Crackin Con. He said that Crackin Con was changing into Hydra Comic Con from way back in November. So is the whole thing transforming, or is it just one of the two Crackin Cons that occur throughout the year? I want to go to Crackin Con after watching Patrick's report on it, and it's funny since this particular con is now in the middle of a transition phase from one form into another after Patrick reviewed it and gave Crackin Con a standing ovation. Yes, just the spring Crackin Con is becoming Hydra Comic Con. It's kind of makes sense, if you're doing it twice a year, maybe you want to mix half of it up. And the fall one is still going to be Crackin Con, so it's cool. More Crackin. Alright, now James continues. "I also wanted to ask everyone on the podcast, what's your favorite gateway anime that got you into anime in the first place? Mine was Princess Mononoke." That's James, not me. Please give a thanks to Doug about you guys related questions to each other by fans in your last feedback episode. Till next time, this is your friend and fellow otaku, James the Darkiba. I realize a lot of stuff when I was growing up ended up being anime, not realizing it was anime. But I say the one that really kind of more cemented it for me was Dragon Ball Z. And then catching Dragon Ball when they reshowed it on the weekends on like Sunday morning. I believe for Shiva was Sailor Moon, which is no surprise. As for anyone else, they'll probably comment on it later. Oh, James P.S. here. Okay, P.S. I finally have my own blog now. Since you guys suggested it back in your 2013 feedback episode hosted by Doug and Elizabeth, is at the dragonsbazaar.wordpress.com, and it is, of course, about anime and other things related to Japan. I will do my con report on Otakon as part of it, so please check it out when you guys can. Hey guys, do that. Oh, and I finally got one of the letters published in Otaku USA magazine, the June 2017 issue. Thanks again later. Hey, awesome. Very awesome. All right, now we're going to move on to YouTube. On YouTube, Nini, spelled with genie, but with an N, replied to our tips for driving to a convention episode to say, "We sat out at 4:30 a.m. in the morning on the Mass Pike for both Anime Boston and Comic-Con. And since it's early, the passengers sleep half the way. We also like to play a game where we have to name all the Pokemon in alphabetical order." Now we're talking original 150 or all? You should videotape that and send it in. In response to Doug's Katsucon report, it looks like staple but with an O. Otaple said, "I will not bore you with my long list of negative experience dealing with Katsucon's horrible management. I feel ya. But I will say that they have no idea what they're doing when it comes to programming. They have low panel retention rate." Yeah, I kind of have to agree with you on that one. I've never seen 2 panels consecutive years other than some staples that are run by friends of mine who go every year, and that's how they get their badge, is to do the same panel over the time. But you can compare, it's true. But also, replying to Apple's La Cuna Craft. I can read. "Con programming is just hard. You can think you have an amazing panels and then they have no one come to them because they don't care about it. I don't think you're right about having more cosplay programming, but it is hard to balance that with other programming. You only have so much time, and a con as big as Katsucon means you have hundreds of submissions, and picking through that is never easy." Sorry, it kind of feels a little lame for an excuse. There's plenty of large cards that don't have this issue about programming being lackluster. Honestly, Katsucon should probably try to make more incentives to get in programming, really understand what people are submitting for programming, and try and organize it logistically and kind of thematically. Honestly, like, we have experience collectively about running conventions, and we still notice things are a little falling short, and these are just our opinions based on our experience and our personal know-how. So, sorry. On Twitter, the Ruben, I wonder who that guy is. "Your hotel tips are good for business travel too. Thanks a bunch." That's the closest thing I can do to a movie phone. Now, Melissa McCommon has posted this photo. Yeah, love our stickers. And Jerryfax tagged us in this photo too. "Make America sticker again, Austin." Free advertisement. And we got a voicemail. I wonder who it could be from.
"I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide, each Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. It's you and me. I know it's my destiny. Pokemon, oh, you're my best friend. In a world we must defend. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. A heart so true. Our courage will push this through. You teach me, and I'll teach you. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Yeah. Every challenge along the way, with courage I will face. I will battle every day to claim my rightful place. Come with me, the time is right. There's no better team. Arm in arm, we'll win the fight. It's always been our dream. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. It's you and me. I know it's my destiny. Pokemon, oh, you're my best friend. In a world we must defend. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. A heart so true. Our courage will pull us through. You teach me, and I'll teach you. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Yeah.
I apologize for that. Now, let's take a look at all the conventions that are coming up through May 2017 as found on fancons.com. Coming up on AnimeCons TV, next week, Svetlana tells us about Kitchener Comic Con in Ontario, Canada. In a few weeks, Patrick will be reporting from Silicon Valley Comic Con again, and we'll see if the crowds are just as insane as they were last year. We love hearing from our viewers each month, so we want to hear from you before our May feedback. If you're watching us on YouTube, leave a comment on the videos, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave us a voicemail at 762-ADEQUATE, that's 762-233-7828. And you can also email us at podcast@animecons.tv. Now, help us get the word out and tell a friend about AnimeCons TV. We post every episode on Facebook and Twitter, so all you have to do is just share that link. Subscribe to new episodes every Monday. Subscribe on iTunes at itunes.animeconstv.tv. Search AnimeCons TV on YouTube, and watch our site at animecons.tv, and we'll see you next time. This obligatory.
Oh,
look, the light!
yeah. See, that's the light. Can you see?